So here we are, headed to Florida. I was jamming on the brakes. We've had traffic so far.
We drove 14 miles in an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah, it was not great. We're finally on our way. We left like close to 3. It's now 4:26. So headed to Florida, spring break cruise. Super excited. Finally on our way. I'll let you know when we get there. We are in Florida. Just woke up. It's around 8:30. Got dressed. I was way too excited for our cruise.
Yeah, someone didn't tell me that the alarm hadn't gone off yet. I thought, you see, that it was just the alarm already gone off, we're ready to get up, go do our thing. She was like, oh yeah, perfect, I'm gonna come wake him up. I'm like, oh, okay, nice. A little bit after I got completely and totally dressed, you know, she's like, oh no, it's only 8:15.
So it is around 8:30. I can show you our hotel room. It's actually pretty nice. So we have plenty of time until our cruise. We're probably just gonna go and find breakfast somewhere. This is where you enter. This is living room area. Little cute kitchenette. And then that's just a closet. Some drawers and a mirror. Here's the bathroom. It's not, I don't know why, like everything else in here is super nice, but the bathroom is just like, ugh. Here's Kyle and our bed, which is a mess. We have not made it. And they have this weird thing in the closet. I guess you can hang your clothes and stuff off that. But yeah, that is our room. And we are super excited. And that's all for now, I guess. I will let you know when we're all checked in on the cruise, and that's it. I don't know if you can hear this or not, but we just boarded the ship. And we ate lunch, and then we went to our cabana. We explored a little bit and then went to our cabana. It's very windy, just to get away from everyone, because everyone is crowding the dining rooms. But here's our cabana. There's Kyle's lounge chair. There's Kyle. There's some really good fruit on the table that I've been eating. And I'm sitting in my lounge chair. Kyle thinks I'm a freak because literally as soon as we got here, I put my robe on. But it's really windy and cold, and all of our luggage hasn't been delivered to our room yet. And so I wanted to put my robe on, and they have like little sandals and things too, which is nice. Right now, this is the indoor-outdoor pool. And when it's nice out, this all opens up, and it's like a pool in there. You can't really see it very well. But yeah, we're still in port. We have not left yet. So yeah, that's it for now. Here are some more pictures of inside our cabana. This is some fruit that they gave us, which I ate all the time. And they gave us some waters too, which were nice. These really huge waters that I really liked. And they gave us these really cool Evian things. It was just spring water that you spray on your face, and I loved them. And of course I kept some of them. And then they had an outside area that you could sit at. This outside area was a shared space between us and the other cabanas. Then this picture shows you a bunch of the cabanas, and you can see the shared space down there. So Kyle and I are back at the room. And unfortunately I didn't take my camera with me and take lots of photos and videos, even though I wanted to. It was kind of like a crazy day. Super whirlwind. We had the camera with us, but we didn't take a ton of stuff just because first we were in port, and so there wasn't anything cool to take pictures of, and then it became nighttime and we couldn't really see outside. We did go to a really cool blues club. That was super nice.
That'll be all, thank you.
And we listened to some blues music. We went to this really nice restaurant on the ship for the first night because Kyle read a blog or something somewhere that recommended you do that to skip the crowds in the main dining area. So it was like this really fancy, really expensive restaurant, and it was so good. You want to talk about it, Kyle?
Oh, are you talking about the restaurant?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So the
lobster bisque. So literally they bring you a mound of lobster. Oh god, that was a super breath, I'm sorry. Literally, mound of lobster. In like the middle of a bowl, and they just pour this beautiful like beef lobster like bisque broth all over it that has like creamy like creaminess to it. It's super meatiness that you just wouldn't expect from like a lobster bisque. And they had creme fraiche right down the middle of it, just a dollop of it. Oh, it was so wonderful. And then on top of that, I had one of the best cooked steaks I've had in probably years. Literally nailed it out of the park. It was fantastic.
So as you can tell, we went to a very delicious restaurant. I got the wild mushroom ravioli. Oh, it was so good, and we both got dessert. I got a souffle, and Kyle got the lemon creme brulee. It was all so delicious. It was like 5 courses or something crazy like that. And we left port. It's really weird getting used to the rocking on the ship. This is both our first cruise. And just like every once in a while, I'll be like, whoa, throw you off balance. Especially if you like close your eyes, it's really weird. But we're getting used to it, and it's pretty cool. So Half Moon Cay is the first stop tomorrow that we're going to. And there we're gonna do glass bottom boat, and we're just gonna probably sit on the beach for a while. And I will take more pictures and videos then. This is actually the first day. This is the first meal that we got on the ship. And then we went up into, this was called the Crow's Nest. And this was the highest point on the ship. It was a little bar that was super nice, and you could look out the windows and see everything on either side of us. We were supposed to go to, what is it, Half Moon Cay?
Half Moon Cay.
But we didn't go because the waves and the wind was so bad that we were supposed to go by tender, right? That's what it's called, tender.
By small boat.
By small boat. But it would have been dangerous for us to go that way, and then on that island, the workers have to get there from another island by ferry, and it was too dangerous for them to get there. So we ended up not going, which kind of stunk. But we went and we tried a couple of the food places, and we sat in the hot tub. So it wasn't a bad day. And we went to America's Test Kitchen, which they have on the boat, and that was fun. So there's a couple of things for us to do. But now that it's actually nice out, I figured I'd show you guys our balcony. And that out there, I don't know if you can see it. Oh, not very well. I'll show you in a second. Is we can see Cuba, which is really cool. So you can kind of see off in the distance that island. You can see it much better in person. Let me see if I can zoom in at all. There's Cuba. And I mean, look at the water. It's gorgeous. It is actually ridiculous how much nicer it is now compared to yesterday. It's like warm out. The water is super chill. But yeah, that's Cuba over there, which is really cool. Here's our cute little balcony. Just some chairs and a table. I wanted to eat breakfast out here one of the days, but it wasn't that nice. So maybe we'll eat breakfast out here tomorrow, because we'll probably order room service since we're gonna be. Where are we gonna be going? Kyle, where are we going tomorrow?
Tomorrow we're going to Georgetown.
So tomorrow we're going to Georgetown, which is in the Cayman Islands. So we'll probably get room service for breakfast and we'll eat out there, which is nice. And I was obsessed with the water. It was so beautiful. I had never seen such beautiful blue water before. And here's Kyle standing up on the deck. And so these photos are probably just going to be beautiful photos that we took of all the different places that we went on the different days. This was a really cool ship. What we learned about this ship is that apparently it's a party ship that you can rent for, whatever the day or the night. And you just go on it and they sail around and you drink booze. We didn't do it, obviously, but it was really cool, so of course I had to take a picture of it. And then this was us coming to the Cayman Islands. And then we spent a good part of our time on the beach at the Cayman Islands. I took plenty of pictures of me and Kyle on the beach. Kyle was taking some very photogenic pictures of him looking like a mermaid, as you can see. We had so much fun. The water was so warm. The sand was really coarse, but it was absolutely beautiful. and we loved it. We spent like the entire time in the water swimming, and of course Kyle didn't want to get sunburned, so he was wearing my hat. Then these photos were taken inside of our tender that took us to the Cayman Islands. We had to get there by tender, and it was just these little boats that I think they also doubled as the life rafts. The party boat before and this picture were both taken at the Cayman Islands. And if you're wondering why part of my dress is wet in this photo, it is probably because either we're swimming on the beach or we're swimming in the pool, because we spent, I would say, probably half of our vacation either swimming on beaches or in the pool. And then this is our boat at Cozumel, Mexico. So we stopped, instead of having to go by tender, we stopped on a dock, and we had to walk to the end of the dock. And then at the end of the dock was where we would meet up if we had an activity planned. And so the activity that we had planned to do this day was snorkeling and a Jeep drive. And so we're waiting at the end of the dock to meet up with the rest of our crew. And then these pictures are the first place that we stopped on the Jeep tour. It was this really cute little beach and resort area. Then we got our snorkeling gear and we put it on and we went out in the water. Kyle didn't go snorkeling. He wasn't the biggest fan of it. And so he took this picture. You can kind of see our little heads poking out of the water of us out there. I wish that we had brought the GoPro with us, but unfortunately we had forgotten it at home. But it was so beautiful. This was definitely one of my favorite things that we did on the cruise, just because it was amazing. We were out super deep. It was probably 20 feet deep of water, and then at the bottom there was different coral and fish. We got to see some sea urchins and some rays. It was so cool. And then swimming down to the bottom, it was an amazing experience, and I wish I could have shared it, and I'm so sad that I couldn't, but it was just so awesome. And then, of course, when I came back, I had goggle marks all over my face, and Kyle had to take a picture of that. And here are some pictures of our drive along with the Jeep crew, picture of our Jeep. And then we got to do some tequila tasting here, which was pretty cool. And we stopped at some Mayan ruins here. And then this is some of the area around there that was also very pretty. This is inside the church. It was a very simple, very cute little church. And this is us in the pavilion after we did some tequila tasting. And then this is the place that we ate lunch at. It was such a beautiful view from there. We were sitting under this little area, and there were these rocks, and so after we finished eating, we went out to explore a little bit, and we found a little, what looked like a lifeguard stand, and we hung out in there a little bit and took some pictures. The sea over in this area was kind of crazy, so we couldn't actually swim or anything because this part faced out towards the ocean. But it was so beautiful to look at and take pictures. And then here I got a good picture of all of our Jeeps lined up. And this is the little resort area that we ate our lunch at. On the walk back to the ship, we had to walk past this little, it's actually a bobblehead. The head would shake, and so we had to stop and get photos with it. Every day, we came back and they had made something funky out of our towels, and this was our favorite. We came back and we thought there was a person in our room. It actually freaked us out for a second, but it wasn't. It was this little towel monkey hanging there. It was our favorite. It was so cute. So this was the picture of our boat stopped in Key West. So we stopped at the buoy at Key West, which is the southernmost point of the United States. I didn't realize this, but apparently in Key West they have chickens just all over the place. That's what they're famous for. So I got some photos of the chickens. They were super noisy and really cute, and I thought it was super funny. This is another picture of our boat docked in Key West. The water there was really pretty. Unfortunately, Key West doesn't have a lot of beaches because I wanted to swim, but we didn't get a chance to, so we just kind of wandered around the town and saw all of the different things that we had there. But from the boat, the water was really pretty. And then looking out from the boat, there were tons of people in the water, boating or jet skiing or doing other things, so I wanted to get pictures of that. I'm pretty sure that's another party boat. And I just really enjoyed looking at the boats and taking pictures of them. And here's another one of our towel creatures. This guy was a crab. This is the last day of our trip. This is us docking back in Fort Lauderdale, and this is a picture of the sun rising. And then one last little thing I wanted to talk about that I found really funny is that they would put these rugs in every single elevator. So there was around 8 elevators in the entire boat, and in the elevators they put these rugs that said the day of the week on them, and it was genius. It was a great idea because without these, I don't think we would have known what day it was. So it was the perfect way for us to know which day it was, and I thought it was really funny and had to take pictures of it. One of the things that this boat has that's pretty cool is that they have 2 cameras on the front and the back of the boat to show you where we're sailing from and where we're sailing to. So this is the one on the back of the boat, and this is the one on the front of the boat. It's pretty cool. Another really cool thing that they have is this little GPS of where we are and where we've come from. You can see we've gone around Cuba.
The word you're looking for is a map.
Thank you. So we started in Fort Lauderdale. We've gone around Cuba, stopped at the Cayman Islands. We're supposed to stop here at Half Moon Cay, but we didn't because the weather was so bad. And then it shows where we are currently and where we're headed to, which is Cozumel in Mexico. And you can even zoom in. And so this is where we're headed to, and this is where we are. And yeah, that's where we're headed, which is pretty cool.